This video has been brought to you by Azar, one of the world's biggest online streaming and video chatting platforms. Azar gives you the opportunity to meet and connect with people in your local area for free using just your mobile phone.
We're in the studio right now. We're about to use Azar.
I've been on this app for 4 months, yeah? Everybody, I shit you not, everybody on here today is like, you here for Krypton Conan?
Finding someone interesting to chat to you has never been so easy. Use my promo link in the description to download the app and create a profile. It literally takes 2 minutes to get started. And for every UK download we receive, I'll be donating £1 to the NSPCC, who do incredible work to protect children from online abuse. So again, all you gotta do is click the link, download the app, and create a profile. Remember, every UK download can change a child's life, so what are you waiting for? What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. We are back again this morning. It is Friday. It is brunch time. I hope you guys have got your coffee ready and waiting. Cappuccino, caramel macchiato, whatever you're drinking, man. Make sure you've got that ready and waiting for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like button, do subscribe, all of that type of stuff. We much appreciate every single one of you. All of that. Come on, man. We're going to be looking at the latest stories as we usually do on a day-to-day basis. I'm looking forward to the weekends, man. I love Fridays, blood. Fridays are the best day of the week, blood. Better than Saturday, better than Sunday. Friday is the best day of the week. Let me know what your favorite day of the week is, ladies and gentlemen. Do comment down below. Let me know all of that. Come on. Big up all the real ones in the building. We appreciate every single one of you. We got Jack in the building. We've got Serrado in the building. We've got Christopher in the building. We've got Sergio in the building. Daniel Poulis in the building. We've got the gang, man. I see you guys in the building. Make sure you're hitting the like button, all of that type of stuff. Jack, no contract talks for Arteta. No contract talks. He doesn't want to hear it. He wants trophies, blood. We all want trophies, man, before we start talking about contract talks. Interesting stuff. We are going to be touching on Mikel Arteta, new contracts, all of that type of palaver. As we do know, Barcelona interested in Mikel Arteta, and they're getting some people feeling anxious. Well, they've got people feeling anxious at this moment in time, especially Arsenal fans. I've had so many comments and tweets since yesterday about, oh my God, Mikel Arteta isn't going anywhere. Tell Barcelona to stay away. Nobody wants Arteta to leave, man. Nobody wants him to leave. We're also going to be talking about Gyökeres, Benjamin, Sesko as well. 2 priority targets for Arsenal, according to the latest reports. So we will touch on that. Michael Edwards' return to Liverpool. That's extremely interesting. Michael Edwards was very integral. He has been integral to Liverpool's growth over the past, say, decade. And he left in 2022. And there's a strong possibility he will be back. We will touch on that. Don't go anywhere, Liverpool fans. Erling Haaland exit. There is no exit. There's a lot of people talking about Real Madrid. No, he's not going to Real Madrid. Mbappe looks like he's going to be going to Real Madrid. And on that basis, they won't be able to get Erling Haaland over the line. Some people disagree with that. They think Real Madrid at this moment in time could probably sign both Erling Haaland and Mbappe in the same window. With Mbappe being free, I mean, there's a possibility that they could find the finances from somewhere to get both deals done. You've got to think the contracts are going to be astronomical. You know, they're going to be worldly. I don't think anyone's going to have seen contracts at, you know, this size before. It'll be crazy if Real Madrid was to pull it off. But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We will touch on Erling Haaland. There's so much more to actually touch on. Big up A. I unblocked you, my guy. Don't worry about it. Much appreciate you, man. I had to tell the mods off. Yeah, don't worry. They won't be blocking you again. Okay? We are back, baby. We are back. Yes. Love to see it. There's so many more stories to actually touch on as well. So fasten your seatbelts. Don't go anywhere. We're going to actually start off with talking about Leicester. In fact, Leicester, a team that we never touch on, a team that haven't been in the Premier League for 12 plus months. They have a situation on their hands. They've been doing some fraudulence. Big up my guy Hugh Izzy. It's good to see him back. I see him on camera again. Big up A, actually. It was you that sent me the video this morning. Hugh Izzy back on camera for the people. We need football content, Hugh. We need football content. We appreciate for the people. It's good to see you back on the channel, on the screens, but we need football content. Yeah? Don't let us down, mate. Don't let us down. But yeah, we're going to be touching on this situation here anyway, because these men have been moving fraudulent. Basically, when Leicester got relegated, they cooked their books for one season. They basically cooked their books for one season. I can't actually remember what it is. I don't want to say something that it wasn't, but from what I remember hearing and seeing and kind of reading, I only read it once. Sometimes I have to read things about 3-4 times before it really sinks in. But it was like they got relegated and they tried to put themselves down as a championship team, but write themselves off as a Premier League team. It was mad that the finances, they put themselves down as a championship team, which means the finances are looked at differently to how you would look at a Premier League team's finances. However, they try to do the number. I can't remember. They try to do something mad. And if anyone in the comments does know, please do hit up the comments and let us know so I can share it. But they are under scrutiny at this moment in time. The promotion rivals, including Southampton, they're also paying close attention to any potential financial breaches as well because of their situation of getting relegated as well. And they've been trying to balance things out, and they didn't know how to kind of balance it out. And based on what they've done, it's they've kind of bent the rules and they've more or less broken the law. And that is Leicester and Southampton are obviously on the fence there. But the Foxes have already facing a possible points penalty next season for overspending when last in the Premier League. So they've obviously overspent. They've spent like a Premier League team, but when they've tried to do their books, apparently what I've heard is they've tried to come across that they're a championship team, that they've put themselves as a championship team. Oh man, I wish I had that report in front of me so I can read it. It's so conniving what man tried to do. But now it's obviously going to catch up with them, and they are going to pay the price for it. There's a strong possibility that Leicester will come back and get promoted back into the Premier League. I think they're at the top of the Championship at the moment, maybe 6-7 points at the top. Do correct me if I'm wrong. And they're going to face obviously a penalty, but it won't come into effect until next season. So if they do get promoted, then they could see themselves getting re-relegated again. The representatives of Nico Williams, a player that's been linked with a move to Arsenal, are informing teams that Atletico Bilbao winger is ready to move in the summer. A move to England this summer appears increasingly likely. And we've got Chelsea, you've got Arsenal, you've got a few teams in a race. Newcastle, there was another one. There was another one in the Premier League, blood. It wasn't a big team. Who was it? Maybe Wolves, something like that. Maybe Brentford, perhaps. We play Brentford on the weekends. Stick around. We'll obviously talk about Brentford later on in the stream. We play them tomorrow. It's going to be an exciting game. But what's going to be even more exciting is that Man City and Liverpool game on Sunday, bro. I might even do a watch-along to that game. We don't do watch-alongs, ladies and gentlemen, but I might just do a watch-along to that game. But yeah, Nico Williams, anyway, he's definitely moving. There's a number of release clauses that are potentially going to be triggered, according to some guy. Let me quickly find this report. There's a guy online. He's saying, look, these are the release clauses that maybe it's a prediction, but he's basically saying these are release clauses that he believes are going to be triggered by a number of clubs this season. And Nico Williams was in there. I've got so many. I can't find it. But yeah, there's a number of players that are going to be leaving. And the maddest thing is the list that he actually put out. I think there's about 8 players. There's about 8 players on this list. At least 7 of them have been heavily linked to Arsenal. And I'm not saying all 7 are going to be joining us, but yeah, there could be a few release clauses that we trigger come the summer. Another person to talk about is Thomas Tuchel, set to leave Bayern Munich, as we do know. This is inevitable. I think he's already been told this behind closed doors. And recently, he's been putting himself out there for a move back to Chelsea. Funny. C19 screwed Leicester a bit in regards to finances. I mean, C19 screwed a lot of teams, and especially where it's a moment where we've never had to deal with something like that in the history of football. No football club. So everyone was affected. But Leicester, man, they tried to do something dodgy. They obviously overspent. They spent like a Premier League team in the season that it got relegated, but they tried to put themselves down as a championship team. I need to get the report to fully, understand what I'm talking about here. I don't want to sound like I'm waffling, bro, even though this is waffle sessions. We don't like waffling. It's just waffle sessions because we talk forever and we make so many points about one subject. And yeah, anyway, big up Just Ads in the building. I see you, my broski. Big up my guy A9. He says, damn, Barcelona are down bad. Barcelona are going to find it tricky, man. I think the number one target for Barcelona is Hansi Flick. There's a report coming out to suggest that is more or less not in the pipeline. It's already done. It's already done. Like, they both know that is the move. All this other stuff is just pure noise, just to kind of get people talking, get people clicking, get people retweeting. But Thomas Tuchel actually wants to move back to Chelsea, and he wants a chance to join the Catalans if he receives an offer from Barcelona. But it doesn't. I don't think anyone's going to want to touch Tuchel. I don't think anyone's going to want to touch him. I think he's going to want to be. He's going to be out of a job for maybe a season, half a season. Someone might get desperate, then they say, all right, cool, we'll take a chance with Thomas Tuchel. Another player that's going to be leaving anyway is Barcelona and Man City player, Joao Cancelo. Now, this guy has been circulating for about 2 years now. Like, Man City just want rid. Man City don't want this guy. I don't know what it is. What happened with Joao Cancelo at Man City, man? If there's any Man City fans in the chat, blood, please do let me know, man. Because Joao Cancelo, from what I remember, he was cooking, blood. He was like one of the best fullbacks in the league, blood. And he had those attacking tendencies, those attacking qualities as well, whereby he's getting into the final third and he's making things happen. And when it comes to inverting as well, he can do that. He can offer you that. It was just really weird how, it just didn't work out. Does anyone know what happened with Cancelo and Man City, or Cancelo and Pep Guardiola? Because clearly that's what the problem is. There's some sort of problem between those two guys. And I can't remember if I read anything or if stuff was being published. Him and Pep fell out. Okay, there we go. So him and Pep fell out. Ever since they're falling out, this guy has been linked away left, right, and center. He spent time at Bayern Munich. He went to Barcelona. Now, what the crack is that Barcelona, because of their situation, they want to trigger the option to buy this guy. I think the option's cheap as well. The option's about 30 million, but they can't afford to do it. Barcelona in such a financial crisis, they can't even trigger a 30 million option that they have in Cancelo's contract. So he's going to be coming back to Man City, and they're going to be offering him to Tom, Dick, and Harry. Are we going to be Harry in this race? Are we going to be Harry? Will Arsenal enter the race for Joao Cancelo? That will be interesting. I wouldn't mind it. 29, 30 years old. He's got the experience. He's been there, done it before. Won the Premier League. Did he win La Liga? It was last season. Yeah, he won. He was there at last season. So yeah, he won La Liga last season with Xavi. He obviously won the Bundesliga with Bayern Munich. So the guy's obviously got the experience to help get a team over a line. But yeah, let's see if Arsenal actually jump in it and try and make something happen. Another interesting one is Erling Haaland. Now, Erling Haaland's come to the Premier League, ladies and gentlemen. He's been donning it up. He's a monster. Everybody hates him, scared of him. Not hates him. That's the wrong word to use. Everybody loves him, in fact. But the rivals are just like their envy. Is it envy? Is that the right word to use? This is, an incredible player. I obviously disagree with the conversations of an Henry and Messi and them type of guys because of the technical aspects of their game. But if you're talking about everything else that comes with Haaland, you're talking about mentality, you're talking about the goal scoring record, this guy is going down as one of the best ever strikers in world football. Now, there's obviously a lot of speculation with him and Real Madrid, but look, let's just end all that right here and now. Yeah, we know what the true fact of the matter is. Haaland isn't going anywhere. He just won a treble. He's trying to push for another Premier League. He's trying to push for another Champions League. He's trying to push for another FA Cup. Did they win the FA Cup? Yeah, it was the FA Cup they won, isn't it? So they probably will achieve at least one of them. Sadly, I hope it's not the Champions League or the Premier League. We gotta hope it's not the Champions League or the Premier League, man. Nah, he ain't no Henry. Tom, we are surely ain't the other name. No, we ain't. Oh, no, sorry, I read that wrong. No, I read that wrong, sorry. No, we have to be one of them if we want to be in the conversation to sign Cancelo, innit? Because they're going to be getting offered to everyone, and that's basically what I meant. But anyway, yeah, Haaland is, someone. I wish we would have signed him, to be quite fair. Just that big lump in the flipping 6-yard box or the 18-yard box. Just run. We'll find you, blood. We'll find you. And that's all you need to do with Haaland. Just run. As long as you've got someone that's got the ability to pick out a pass, you'll find him. And he will always hit the back of the net. There are some woeful moments. Yeah, we saw that chance he had the other day, banged it over the bar. Don't know what he was thinking. He was literally 2 yards out. If that was a Aubameyang, oh, he's washed, he's lost it. You remember them days there? You remember those days there? Aubameyang was missing chances like, yeah, man. Wax, what would Haaland's market value be out of interest? Crazy. It has to be crazy, bro. It's got to be more than anyone at Arsenal at this moment in time. You're looking at 200 million at a bare minimum. 200 million or say 150 just to get the conversation started. And then we're looking to actually increase it to at least 200, 250 million. It would be crazy. Big up my guy, man, Miaz in the building. Nothing but love and respect to you. Big up James Bond. I appreciate you each and every time. Big up all the real ones, man. Big up JT. I see ya. Make sure we are hitting the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get over 100 likes on this video? I'm pretty sure we can. Barcelona are sinking. They can't even afford players. Yep, they're done. They are done, man. They are done. We don't want to be in that conversation, Wax. Believe me. I mean, I wouldn't mind Cancelo. If you got the option to loan Cancelo for the season, are you telling me you're saying no? Everyone's going to take that. I think every Premier League club more or less takes that, other than Man City, because they hate him. Like, if we're talking about just the quality, if we're just talking about the quality, I think even Man City take that, because Cancelo is a great player. But this one in here with Haaland, yeah, he ain't going anywhere. He's staying at Man City. It could be a surprise, in the summer, but I don't think there's going to be any surprises with this one. They're going to sign Mbappe. There's no other club on the planet that Haaland would rather join. Like, where would Haaland go if Haaland left Man City? Because you got to think now Haaland's gone to Man City. That's the ceiling, blood. Like, that is literally the ceiling. Where else can you go from there? You can't go anywhere else from there, unless another two teams like Arsenal will magically pop up and become a Man City, and then you decide that you want to snake Man City and go Arsenal. I mean, that could be, a possibility. But then, if you think about it, in today's football world, if Haaland was going to leave Man City, where else can he go other than Real Madrid? There's nowhere else to go. I don't even think he goes PSG. PSG is such a shit show right now. Let's be honest, man. They can win that shitty league over there, with all due respect to it. Like, obviously, let me use my words carefully and choose my words carefully. It's not shitty. I like that league. I actually, out of all fans, I like to think that I'm someone that really respects the French league. I really respect it. I've backed that league so many times, and it's not because Balogun played there and scored 20 plus goals. I was backing it before Balogun went there, just to let you guys know. I was actually backing it for Saliba a lot. Saliba came way before Balogun in terms of like that open support. But yeah, man. Haaland ain't going anywhere, bro. He's staying in the Premier League, and I like that. I like the fact that he's staying, because I want the Premier League to be the best league possible. So yeah, man, let me know your thoughts on Haaland anyway. Since he's come to the Premier League, as he literally destroyed it, do we think that Man City are going to win the Premier League? Do you reckon that they've got a stronger chance than Arsenal, Liverpool? Like, what's our thoughts? Is Haaland going to carry Man City to another title this season? Is he going to carry them to another trophy this season? Because they haven't won a trophy yet. And I honestly want this to be a season where Man City win literally nothing. I swear down, like, it's not even a hate thing. It's just a thing where I don't want you to win anything. Like, let other people win stuff, Come on, man. Moving on, Newcastle United co-owner Amanda Staveley, she believes that there's going to be a Saudi Arabian club that move or get the opportunity to play in the Champions League. I think she forgets that the Champions League is called the European Champions League, okay? It's called the European Champions League for a reason. It's only for European teams. Everyone needs to stop pushing this Saudi Arabian football onto us. Like, big them up. They've got their own thing going on. But, like, we've got European competitions. They're European competitions for a reason. It means that any outside sources can't get themselves involved. Otherwise, we'll have Sao Paulo. Why can't Sao Paulo? Why is there some sort of given right for a team in the Saudi Arabian leagues to be a part of European football, even though they're not in European football, but there's no right for a team in Brazil or a team in Argentina or a team in Mexico or a team in the USA? Now, you would think that the USA would probably get more of a look into, and it's mad. It's not even a discrimination thing. I don't even want it to come across like it's a discrimination thing, right? But I'm just trying to basically like say, look, it's off. It's not happening. It shouldn't happen. It doesn't make sense to happen. And you know, why wouldn't a team in the United States get an opportunity like LA Galaxy and Inter Miami or whatever they're flipping called? Like, why aren't they Champions League teams? Do you know what I mean? You might as well put Australia in the Euros. You know what I'm saying? Exactly that. It doesn't make any sense, man. And it's like what these people are doing is they're pushing some next type of agenda. They're trying to. I know there's other, like, you see all the Super League and all these things. You see Amanda and all these fraudulent dons. They're all involved in that. They've got a next agenda. I'm telling you, blood. Don't come and interrupt our football over here. We love what we do. Yeah, the European Champions League needs to stay as it is. Yeah, we've got a new format coming into play. I'm looking forward to seeing how that format works out next season. Yeah. But that's it. We don't want anything more, man. Big up Saudi Arabia, lovely country, beautiful people. But you got your own thing going over there, man. That's it. Make up. Maybe if they want to get Saudi Arabia involved in our football, like a universal thing, therefore we have to then get USA involved to get everyone involved. Then maybe we can do like another competition, and this probably won't be come into play until another 2 decades, but we can do another competition where everyone around the world gets to play in that competition as a qualifier and whatnot, and every team in the world gets to play in it. And there's a knockout, there's a group stage, knockout stage, whatever it may be. It might be tricky because it'll be there. It might mean that there's so much football, the fixtures will go through the roof. But yeah, man, these people are trying to push something next, a next agenda. We're not on it. We're not on it over here, mate. We're not on it, Amanda. We're not on it, mate. Yeah, that's that. Okay. I'm going to move on to some Arsenal content. Before we do that, Scott, 2 more things that I want to touch on. So Xavi Alonso and Flick, they are the 2 managers that are kind of guaranteed moves in the summer. Hansi Flick to Barcelona is my opinion and my thought, and Xavi Alonso probably will be coming to the Premier League this summer. Now, the reason I believe that he is coming to the Premier League is because of this situation with Michael Richards. I think right now Liverpool are really, really trying to put a plan that continues the growth after Jurgen Klopp leaves. Now, Michael Richards is a very, very interesting one. It's an interesting one, Michael Richards, because this guy has been an analyst. Can't even get the word out. He's been a chief analyst in football for quite some time. Looking at his CV a little while ago, I believe it was like from 2009. He worked at a few different clubs, went to Tottenham, and then eventually found himself at Liverpool. And he's progressed. Like Edwards is a very, very smart don, and the reason why you can tell he's a smart don because he was a chief analysis. He also done. It was the head of methodology at Liverpool as well, which is again that your brain, it needs to be wired differently to be involved in these type of roles. And then he got promoted to technical director, then he was sporting director, and then he left in 2022. Now, I'm not too sure why he left. If any Liverpool fans are in the building, please do let me know. But this is a big move for Liverpool, a very, very big move, because if you bring Michael Richards back, Michael Richards then works with Xavi Alonso, you create something special. The reason why he got promoted to be technical director at Liverpool is because of the relationship that he had been building with Klopp when Klopp first went there. He had worked with Kenny Dalglish. He had worked with Brendan Rodgers also as manager. And ever since he became the chief analysis at Liverpool, he Liverpool's project just grew and got better and better and better and better every season. He became the technical director, and that's when Liverpool's project blew. And that's when Liverpool went on a mad run. Yeah. I'm saying Richards, it's Michael Edwards. I know, but you know what? Richards, Edwards, bruv, I am so mad. Michael Edwards. How am I saying Richards? Who, bro? Richards is my name, and I'm saying Richards. Am I crazy? Yeah, Michael Edwards. Sorry, Richards, Edwards. Big up Christopher in the building. Michael Richards. He's like, who the hell is that, cuz? I bet everyone was thinking, who the hell was that? Michael Edwards. My bad. Sorry. My bad. My bad. But yeah, basically, like he is responsible for, you know, players that Klopp brought to the club. So him and Klopp works as a partnership. They brought in the Mo Salahs, they brought in the Manes, they brought in Firmino, they brought in bare different players, and they went on their run and they done a mad thing. They've done a mad thing, and now they want to bring that back because they want to stabilize it. There's clearly there's a sense of insecurity with Liverpool at the moment, whereby if they lose Klopp, then it could take them a step back, 2 steps back, 3 steps back. So they're thinking right now is if we can get the real guy in, because this is the real guy we're talking about. Michael Edwards is the real guy. Yeah. You know, everyone says Klopp this, Klopp that. Yeah, absolutely. Big up Klopp. But again, if you look at the CV and you look at Liverpool's trajectory under the guidance of, you know, Michael Edwards, I was about to call him Michael Richards again. Michael Edwards, you will see that he's the guy, because this guy, he understands data. He's, you know, he's a guy that can look at the trend and understand how to improve it, you know. But the thinking behind this guy is phenomenal. And it's one of the reasons why him and Klopp's partnership was a success. But this is someone that, you know, has done an incredible job. And, you know, Liverpool fans are going to be extremely happy with seeing this take place. And they wanted this kind of restructure things at the back, make sure they've got the right people in place. So when Klopp does leave, there isn't going to be a real drop-off, or there isn't going to be any type of drop-off. They're going to continue and actually get better, especially if they can employ Xavi as the manager as well. So this is looking good, man. This is looking really, really good for Liverpool. When they first appointed him as the director or the sporting director, that would have been back in 2016. One of the main focuses for him was player identification, so identifying players. He also was responsible for the overall football development. So, and you can see from 2016 up until, say, look, until he left in 2022, how many trophies did Liverpool win? You know, them way there. How many great players did they sign? You know, them way there. So yeah, he done a fantastic job, and on the basis of the results that he's already achieved at Liverpool, they definitely going to want him back over there. It's Friday holiday, bro. It's normal. There we go, man. I was calling him Michael Richards, you know. Mad thing. But yeah, it's a good move for Liverpool. Let's see who they employ as the manager, because that is the big one. Another player that could be interestingly linked to Arsenal at some point will be Alphonso Davies. Now, we're obviously going to be looking at fullbacks, and Alphonso Davies is being heavily linked with a move to Real Madrid. But it has been confirmed that nothing's been agreed fully. Nothing's been signed. Nothing's been done with Real Madrid as of yet. Nothing. But it does seem inevitable at this moment in time. Now, I want to bring it to our attention because the agent of Alphonso Davies has basically said there is nothing agreed or concrete with any club. He says Alphonso's priority at the moment is Bayern Munich. We will review all of our options for the future in the coming months. And that's according to Fabrizio Romano as well. Now, the reason why this is interesting, because Arsenal, we probably will be looking at another fullback. I think fullback's going to be inevitable. And the amount of money that Bayern Munich are asking for is peanuts for the quality this player is. Now, I'm hearing it's only 40 million euros. 40 million euros is what Bayern Munich are asking for Alphonso Davies. 40 million euros. Hear me again. 40 million euros. Okay, we're talking Fabio Vieira money for Alphonso Davies. Are you telling me you don't want to be in the conversation for this one? We have to be. Blood, this is the season, you know. This is the season where we go absolutely crazy and we bring in at least 2, 3, 4 players that are on a next level. I mean, talking world-class level. If we can sign Alphonso Davies, if we would have, like, it's crazy. And Mbappe, like, I know some people might think it's delusion, but it's not, bro. It is not. It is fully not to actually think like signing an Mbappe is delusion. It's not for Arsenal. It's not. Let's be totally real. And even Alphonso Davies, you know, how much is he going to want? 200k, 250k, probably more than that, maybe 300k. But we can afford that, bro. We can afford that. Especially with the trajectory that we've been on, especially with the results that we've been getting, especially if we can continue. I mean, if you sign an Alphonso Davies, you can only assume that it takes you to that next level. If you sign an Mbappe, you can only assume it takes you to 2 levels up, you know? Like, about 40 million, big up Prime Henry, 40 million, what the hell, get him to the carpet. This is what I'm saying. You know what we can do right now? And this is another reason why I wanted to bring it to your attention. Because a player that's being linked with Bayern Munich is who? Zinchenko. Zinchenko is being linked with a move to Bayern Munich, ladies and gentlemen. Therefore, we can take advantage of this right now. And we can say, you know what? Alphonso Davies, come over here to the Emirates. We've got the best atmosphere on the planet, blood, yeah? Best atmosphere. You ain't gonna feel no type of way. You're gonna come in, you're gonna feel at home straight away. You're gonna feel like our brother straight away. You are gonna feel like a part of the furniture, literally straight away. You see over Real Madrid over there, the pressure, everything that comes with that. Yeah, after 1 year, you might not be happy, but I can guarantee after 1 year, my guy, you're gonna be so happy that you probably sign a lifetime contract at Arsenal Football Club. Yeah, and I can guarantee that you're gonna be the #1 left back, #1, straight in there, no problems, blood. Yeah, you got Martinelli to link up with. You know, bro, it's going to be a mad thing if we could get that done. But Zinchenko could be the guy that we use as the make way. Because if Bayern Munich really wants Zinchenko, come and get him. Come and get him, bruv. Come and get him. Now, look, the true fact of the matter is with Zinchenko is Arsenal like him. Mikel Arteta rates him. Mikel Arteta likes Zinchenko because of the mentality that he brings. I haven't really seen that mentality for quite some time. I have to be honest. This season, for me, Zinchenko has been a ghost, blood. He's been a ghost. There's been a couple of games where he's looked good, but other than that, Zinchenko has been a ghost and he's been a liability because he hasn't been around, you know? If we sign Alphonso Davies, what happens with Kiwior? Well, Kiwior starts playing as the centre-back that he is, because he's actually a centre-back. Timber starts playing, rotating with Ben White as right-back. And Tommy rotates with Alphonso Davies. It's that simple. Zinchenko, see you later, we're done. You know, because all we're doing right now is replacing Zinchenko with Alphonso Davies. That's the step. So the same rotation and the same amount of minutes that are given to these players at this moment in time will be the same amount of minutes they would receive next season. And then Timber and Ben White have to fight for their position on that right-hand side. It's that simple. It's that simple. Johan says, we need better than Alphonso Davies. I mean, tell me a better left-back. Is there what other left-back is out there? Give me a better left-back. But, so, yeah, Zinchenko rated at Arsenal, and he's so rated that the reports are coming out ever since his links with Bayern Munich are suggesting that Arsenal are planning to start negotiations to extend the contract of Zinchenko until 2027, 2028, with Bundesliga and Premier League and the Liga clubs interested. So that's basically the latest one that's been published online, that Arsenal now want to extend his contract. Exactly, Johan. Put it in the chat. Who's a better left back than Alphonso Davies, blood? The guy's won nearly everything they spent. Has Bayern Munich won the Champions League recently? When did they win the Champions League? Have they ever won the Champions League? I'm sure they have. No. Blood, my memory never serves me well. Can't sleep on Ben White, man. He's been outstanding this season. 110% Miaz. I rate Ben White. I like Ben White. I just never liked Ben White as a centre back. I never liked Ben White as a centre-back, but I always liked Ben White. And anyone that remembers, in the season when we were playing Ben White and Gabriel as centre-backs, I was saying that season, based on what I've seen of Ben White, I think Ben White will be better deployed as a right back. He likes to bring the ball out too much. He likes to get forward a lot. He was doing it as a centre back. And sometimes it was leaving space in behind for runners. And I was thinking, no, man, you can't operate like that as a centre back unless you're defensively aware like a William Saliba is. And that's why we were getting caught in that season where Ben White joined. But the moment we played Ben White as a right back, what did we start seeing? We started seeing a better version of Ben White. And I think Ben White's even grown this season. Big up my guy, Paul, in the building. Come on, we appreciate you, Paul. Rizzo says, can we push Zinni into midfield? I feel we should keep him for another year. Maybe there could be, a position for him in midfield. I mean, it's not like I would say, get rid of Zinchenko because I don't like him. I think Zinchenko is a good football player. I just say he's a liability in terms of injuries. He's not the best of left backs, so there's no point continuing to play him there. And we're so stocked up in midfield at the moment. How do we fit him in? How do we fit him in? Because we've got a midfield right now of Declan Rice, Jorginho, and Odegaard. And I honestly think I prefer that three than having a Zinchenko in there. And that's crazy to think because only a year ago I would have disagreed with that opinion. But right now, based on what Jorginho has added to our team, based on what Declan Rice, Jorginho, and Odegaard do as a three-man midfield, I want them before I'm thinking about Zinchenko in there. And then I'm actually leaning towards putting Thomas Partey back in there before I put Zinchenko in there. So, when you look at it like that, he's so far fallen down the pecking order for me. I would be willing to sacrifice him and sell him. It's that simple. But that's not me saying he's a bad player. Zinchenko replaces Havertz, man. He's got more vision. But Havertz ain't playing as an 8. I told you. I don't want to see Havertz as an 8. Havertz is not... Since Havertz has turned up, he hasn't played as an 8. No game this season Havertz played as an 8 where he's actually played well. In the past couple of games where Havertz has turned up as well, Havertz has played as the 9. He's played as the 9, bro. I want Kai Havertz to continue playing as the 9. Remember what I told you, man, yesterday. If Kai Havertz scores against Man City, blood, yeah, that empty space right here, I've got a massive room, but for the camera, that empty space right there, yeah, that's gonna be Kai Havertz's shirt, mate. Yeah, I ain't ramping. Yeah, Kai Havertz needs to prove to me that he's that guy. If he can prove to me he's that guy by scoring against Man City, yeah, your shirt's going on my wall. Frames. If I can get a signed one, I'll get a signed one. There we go. Hey, listen, Kai Havertz better not let us down, but otherwise there's no shirt on the wall for Kai Havertz. But Kai Havertz is playing as a 9 now. So again, when you look at the three-man midfield we've got, there's no space for Zinchenko. There is no space for him. So he's a bench man now. Zinchenko, you're going to be what you were at Man City, bro. That's the true fact of the matter. You're going to be what you were at Man City. You're a bench man. This is another interesting one here. As we know, Flamini, he's a billionaire now. And he had an interview a little while ago, and he basically says he hasn't ruled out taking over at Arsenal Football Club. How would you guys feel about Flamini becoming the owner of Arsenal Football Club? Because that's definitely a part of the agenda. He is looking at that thinking, oh my God, I'm a billionaire now. Yeah, he's made over 10 billion pounds, dollars, euros, whatever currency you want to give it. He has made over 10 that. Yeah, 10 that currency. How much more money is this guy making? Would you be happy? Would you consider Flamini as the owner of Arsenal Football Club or have some sort of ownership in the club? Do comment down below, let me know. Arsenal are being linked with a player that actually bossed us when we went to Porto, Alan Varela. Now, this guy is a sick number 6. The way he bossed us, I actually watched a few of Porto's games just to kind of analyze Porto myself, and he is a solid number 6. I mean, he really does like the anchorman job. He is. You see what he was doing to Ben White, innit? You see what he was doing to Ben White. That was crazy. Can you imagine Flamini? That would be mad. He's gone by Arsenal one day. This is what I'm saying. My boy's bucked up, walking through Hyde Park. I think Josh Kroenke is serious about making Arsenal a powerhouse name in Europe. Time will tell. Flamini is a don. Yeah, bro, he come out of football and become a billionaire, blood. Damn, I would love to sit down and pick his brain, understand how he thinks, and I mean, I don't even think it would be too like far-fetched to make that happen, you know, because being a business owner, like you're kind of open to allowing people to pick your brain and have conversations with people. You don't necessarily need that person to be anyone, and other than someone that is interested in becoming an entrepreneur or someone that has got their own business. Or so maybe, man, drop a few emails here and there. I might be able to sit down with Flamini and talk money, bloods. Ow, the Michael Jackson thing. Pharmaceuticals. Yeah, he's into drugs. Now he's doing a good thing, man. But this guy Varela, incredible player, someone that Arsenal are keeping tabs on. He's only 22 years old, but he's got a 65 million release clause in his contract. So if Arsenal do want to get a deal done for Varela, who's going to be linked with so many teams, man, his defensive qualities are on point. And it's not even just about the defensive, technical qualities. It's about his mental ability, bro. That the way he was, dealing with Arsenal that day was just unbelievable. And, we were looking at Pepe and we were looking at that apprentice. I don't even know who the other centre-back was, but I remember the commentator said he's an apprentice. He's not used to playing in these type of intense games, yeah? We were looking at those two as people that made it difficult for Arsenal to get in behind. No. I think we're looking at, we missed the person. The person that actually made it difficult was this guy on the screen, Varela. Varela was the guy that made it extremely difficult for Arsenal to get in behind. And pause. And yeah, man, like Arsenal were linked with him. I would 100% bring him in. 22 years old. Forget Martin Zubimendi. Forget all these other dons. Based on what I've seen of this player, if you want an aggressor, if you want someone that's gonna just literally smother you, blood, he's gonna hold you in a headlock for the whole game. Like that's what he's on. He's on holding you in a headlock for the whole game. Listen, if that's the crack, then yeah, man. Yeah. I'm on that. I'm definitely on that. Big up the gang. Make sure we are hitting the like button. Do subscribe to the channel if we are new. All of that type of stuff. We're running through some Arsenal news now. We've got about 10 more minutes to do it. I don't have long left, but we've got a few bits to touch on, including this one here, which is Joshua Kimmich being linked with a move to Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man City. They're all battling it out to sign Joshua, apparently, according to Express. The 29-year-old is looking to leave Bayern Munich in the summer. Bayern Munich are going to lose a lot of players. They've just agreed a new contract with Matthias Tell, one of their young strikers. Is a good player. But they're going to lose quite a few players. And I think this guy here, Joshua Kimmich, perfect signing to come in at Arsenal if you're looking at bringing another centre midfielder. This is the guy that I would bring in to more or less replace Jorginho. But I was looking at Joshua Kimmich recently, and he's so much more versatile than people think. He's more versatile than just being a central midfield player. He's actually someone that can run the channels. He's someone that can actually get on the wings and try and make something happen in those wider areas. Like, he's a really good player, man. And one thing I like about Joshua is his vision and his ability to pick out a pass out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Like that's what we need, man. We need one of those type of players in midfield. I think Joshua Kimmich comes in. Not only does it make a statement to everyone else in the league and everyone else in Europe that Arsenal actually mean business. We're not out here just trying to sign these little young dons that nobody knows about and trying to turn them into gems or whatever. We're actually trying to sign the best players available, you know? The type of money it's gonna cost to get this one done as well, it's going to be cheap. He's got 1 year left on his contract, 29 years old. Shit's moving stale at Bayern Munich at this moment in time. They're going to want money because they're going to pay off Thomas Tuchel for leaving. They're going to pay a new manager to come in. They're also going to be giving that manager a transfer kitty. So you got to think that Bayern Munich have to make so many decisions right now. That's going to be for the best interest of their company, for their football club. And Joshua Kimmich, him leaving could be that decision, you know. He's 29, bro. It doesn't matter about his age, bro. Why does people keep saying about the 29? It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. We've got Saka, we've got Martinelli, we've got those guys. They're 22. If if we want those guys, listen, you have to bear this in mind, A9 as well, yeah. If you want them players like the Martinellis and the Sakas and those players, if you want them to get to the top level, then what do you do? You have to play them with the top level players, blood. Whether those players are, bro, 29's too old, bro. Allow it. Nah, man. You man have lost it, bro. You man have lost it, cuz. You man have lost it. 29 is too old. Allow it, blood. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's your opinion anyway. I think like Joshua Kimmich comes in, improves our midfield. Joshua Kimmich takes Declan Rice to another level. Joshua Kimmich takes Odegaard to another level. That then becomes the three-man midfield. And that is a solid midfield. You know, Kimmich to replace Partey, I'll do that all day, blood. Like, man says too old. I'd rather have Kimmich in my team than have Thomas Partey. I'd rather have Kimmich in my team than Jorginho. Let's be honest now. Kimmich is levels above both of those players, blood. Like, let's be honest now. You know, I might even sound a bit harsh on Thomas Partey there, but if we're talking about overall quality, Kimmich is better than both of them players. He's better than even Declan Rice, technically. But this guy's a don. How can you say no? Because, oh, he's 29. Mudryk is 38. That's what I'm saying. Mudryk's 38, winning Champions Leagues back-to-back. A man's complaining about a 29-year-old Joshua Kimmich that would instantly come in this team and change the dimensions and the dynamics in our midfield. Crazy. To a next level. Next level. Come on, man. Man don't know what they're talking about. But anyway, man, it's opinions. It's all opinions, just like you've says. It's all opinions. You know, big up Grant, man. Where are you, Grant? I see you leave the chat, man. I see you leave the group chat, man. I knew it. The moment you were gonna have those takes on Saka, I knew the guys in the group chat weren't gonna let it slide, bro. They weren't gonna let it slide. They took that shit personal, blood. Yeah, you can't say Saka is a stat padder and Saka X, Y, and Z and expect to survive. It doesn't work. It doesn't work, but you got to tread carefully when you talk about the golden boy. Yeah. Grant, no, man. The chat's obviously free for you to return if you want to return. If you're in the chat, I don't know if you're watching, but yeah, I know a lot of people getting onto Grant recently, man, and it got to him. All right, cool. So I wanted to listen. There's so much we're actually talking about. I don't even have the time to actually do it. I'm gonna have to kind of rush into this. All right. Let's go here first. So we've got two more main topics of discussion. The first one is Gyökeres. Let's move over. Man like Gyökeres, Victor Gyökeres, being the main priority for Arsenal Football Club this summer, ladies and gentlemen. Free Grant, that's what I'm saying, blood. Free Grant, man. Casual gamer. Where's Casual Gamer? He's usually in the building. I ain't seen him in the building for a little while, actually, but free Grant, bro. Anyway, DiMarzio's spoken about Kimmich. He's spoken about Kimmich. He's basically saying it's probably the right moment for Victor, Gyökeres. It's probably the right time for Victor Gyökeres to leave Sporting now. They will ask for more than 50 million euros, and they will probably demand his exit clause price, which is 100 million. The only Premier League clubs that can afford him will be Chelsea and Arsenal, which is a lie, because obviously Man City can afford him. I think Liverpool can afford him. You know, Chelsea, like you mentioned Chelsea, like there wasn't a report that come out to say that their owner, Big Belly Bowley, man, Strasbourg is 650 million pounds in debt or some craziness like that. Or they took a loss of 650 million pounds, blood, in like 1 year. I don't know how many years. I think it's 1 year. I don't know what this crackhead is, what these crackheads are talking about. Chelsea can't afford flipping. They can't afford nothing right now. Chelsea have to sell a bag of dons in order for them to be in a race for any £100 million player. You think they can do Enzo Fernandez, Moses Caicedo, all these dons and not have any? Come on, man. There's going to be repercussions for them actions right there, especially if you're not getting no results, blood. It doesn't make any sense. But there's going to be a few teams in the race. It does say here that Arsenal wants him because they need a striker. It's not really compelling, to be quite fair. You know, it's nothing concrete to suggest that Arsenal do want him. But there have been other reports to come out to suggest that Arsenal are prioritizing the player. They have sent scouts to watch the player. They've watched him a number of times. I was a bit frustrated at the fact that if we did want this guy, why didn't we go and sign him? when he was playing for Coventry. It would have saved us a hell of a lot of money. But then you've also got Ivan Toney. You also got it suggested that Ivan Toney is no longer the main target at Arsenal, as the deadly Europa League star Victor Gyökeres is firmly in their sights. So, and there's other reports obviously linking us with Benjamin Sesko. Now, I have to be honest, I'm not overly keen on Benjamin Sesko. It's not a player that I want to be bringing to Arsenal Football Club. I know he's 20 years old. He's a young player, but I've watched him a number of times to see that, yeah, he's not the answer, bro. He's just going to miss a bag of chances and probably get himself bullied in the Premier League. Like, yeah, I don't want to sign Benjamin Sesko. If I want to sign anyone, it has to be this guy here, Victor Gyökeres. But yeah, there's a number of different reports. Again, I can't even touch on this for too long. My nose is getting blocked for some reason. So yeah, I can't touch on this. I can't stay on this for too long because I don't have much time. But yeah, there's a number of reports coming out to say Arsenal are prioritizing Victor Gyökeres, and they're also looking at Sesko. Sesko looks like a baby. That's what I'm saying. I don't want Sesko, blood. Sesko, he looks tall and stuff, but he doesn't do what I want him to do. Yeah, I looked at him. I watched him last season, and then I was watching him this season, especially in the Champions League, and he was awful. He was awful, blood. He was missing bare chances. He had like 7-8 chances. I think he scored one of them and missed every other one. And the one that he scored was more difficult to score than the others. So I'm like, bro, how are you missing all those clear-cut chances, and all of a sudden you pop up and put this one in the back of the net? No, you're inconsistent, blood. I don't want you, bro. So yeah, Victor Gyökeres, keep an eye out for this one. This is definitely a player that Arsenal are gonna do a madness for, to be quite fair. And then we move on to Mikel Arteta. I did want to actually talk about this guy here, Robert De Zerbi. I'm sure you guys would have seen him yesterday get himself battered by Roma. Big up De Rossi, proper player he was, yeah. De Rossi, I love De Rossi, man. I always put him at Arsenal as well, man. A proper number 6, like proper aggressor, someone that would just bully you, blood. He weren't having it. You think De Rossi was going to have it? But I always put him at Arsenal. I remember he was being linked with a move to Manchester United at one point. I was like, listen, if they signed De Rossi, it's game over. But they didn't. De Rossi now a manager. How old is he? He's only like 38 or some craziness like that. I don't even know how old he is. But he battered Robert De Zerbi yesterday. Battered him, blood. Battered him. Yeah. Battered. We have to say it. We have to proper emphasize that. Battered. Yeah. And the reason I say this as well is because there's a lot of talk about Robert. Oh, Man United. Yeah, go to Man United. That's fine, blood. That's fine. You know, like all these different clubs he's being linked to. And I'm saying, bro, you man are really gassed on this Robert De Zerbi guy. He's not that guy. He's not that guy, man. Come on, bro. Like, and yesterday proved it. Roma have got a solid team. Now, their team is out of this world. I have to be honest. I'm surprised that they're playing Europa League football. I'm surprised they're not really giving teams in the Serie A a run for their money, blood. It's like, what's going on? Your midfield is mad. Your defense is mad. You got... I don't know, man. I don't know. Roma's got a really good team, but they're not doing well in the league, or they haven't been doing well in the league. Hence why Jose Mourinho got fired. I think he was like 7th or 8th in the league with a team like that. Just doesn't make any sense, man. Christane, that guy, is it Christane or Cristane? And he's a fucking baller as well, blood. But he got battered yesterday, man. And that just, I just wanted to touch on that to say, listen, he ain't the answer. But Mikel Arteta, Barcelona remain interested in Arsenal coach Mikel Arteta, Sporting CP coach Ruben Amorim, and Brighton coach Robert De Zerbi to replace Xavi, who is leaving at the end of the season. But the Spanish club know it will be difficult to appoint them. Now, we obviously spoke about that yesterday, but I kind of wanted to, quickly bring you up to speed on that. But there is another report now coming out to suggest that it's not going to be happening because Mikel Arteta will be staying at Arsenal Football Club. He's going to be signing a new contract at the end of this season. Arsenal Spanish coach Mikel Arteta is not considering leaving the Gunners, despite receiving interest from many European clubs. Arsenal are planning to negotiate with the Spanish coach at the end of the season to extend his contract until 2027. So Mikel Arteta, ladies and gentlemen, isn't going anywhere. He isn't going anywhere. He will be staying. And I said it as well, man, like, even if Mikel Arteta doesn't win the league, even if Mikel Arteta fell out of the top 4, I just don't see Arsenal sacking him. I don't see them sacking him. I see them backing him and trying to make it work. The way Arteta gets sacked is if he fell mid-table, he literally done a Chelsea or, you know, one of those type of teams, or he decided to re-sign himself and decided to go and join, you know, Barcelona, whoever it is, Real Sociedad. But that's the only way Mikel Arteta is going to leave. Anyway, we have to wrap it up right there, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'll pick up every single one of you in the building. Well over 100 people locked in. Make sure we're hitting the like button. Do subscribe to the channel. There's so much to talk about today, to be fair, that I might be back with another stream later on this afternoon, say maybe 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Yeah, let's see how I feel. Because I probably won't be streaming tomorrow morning. I'm going to the barbers in the morning. So, yeah, I might do another stream this afternoon. So turn your notification bells on so you don't miss out on that. Big up all the real ones. A couple shout outs before I wrap this. Big up Troy. Big up Christopher. Big up Classic Guna. Big up Mad Miaz. Big up Prime Henri. Big up the other Christopher that I see here. Big up A9. Big up Melbourne. Big up Rizzo. Big up Zeno. Big up the guys. Big up the guys, man. All the guys that I can see at the bottom of the chat. And all the people that are not getting their chats, their comments in or in the chat and that are watching. Big you up, man. I see you guys too. I see you guys too. All right, saying that, I look forward to seeing you later. Peace.